Hello everyone, I want to inform that I have just been infected with COVID. I isolated and I cured at home successfully. So today I will tell you my experience to fight against COVID in this 40-day diary. On first day, I woke up, suddenly my throat was a little short. At first, I thought it might because it was cold and my body not very warm enough, so I had a sore throat. But on the second and the third day, my throat hurt more and more, from hoarseness to swallowing painfully. Besides, I got fever and tired, so I decided to buy a quick COVID test kit to test. After 15 minutes of waiting for the results, I got two lights. Oh my god. However, my T line is very blurred, so to be sure, I went for a PCR test at the hospital. After 6 hours of nervous waiting, the results were positive and my CT index was quite low. Do you know that? It's only 16.5, and the lower the index, the higher my infection level. Is that my friend's brother went to eat at the restaurant and the restaurant had someone having COVID and infected his friend's brother. My friend's brother also didn't know and spread it to my friend. My friend came over to my house to play and unfortunately I also got COVID too. So don't be subjective, guys. In the past, I also thought that I would never get COVID. 2 injections would be fine, but as you can see, the spread of COVID is quite fast and potential in everywhere, so everyone must always observe the distance and protect yourself. I don't remember the day-to-day progress, but that my symptoms were not too severe because I'm young, I have no underlying disease, and I had 2 injections, so the doctor advised me to isolate and treat at home to reduce the burden on the medical system. Well, as I said at the beginning, the first sign of my COVID infection was a mild sore throat. After 2 to 3 days, my throat was getting more and more painful, from hoarseness to swallowing very painfully. Around the 4th and 5th day, my throat hurt so much, and that I didn't dare to swallow. I couldn't sleep, especially when I drink water or eat acidic food like orange. My throat felt like rubbing lemon on the wood. And besides, I started to feel fever and tired. By the end of the 60th day, my throat was gone. My throat felt light as if nothing has happened. That's weird. I was very happy that day because I thought it would be over soon. But no, guys, on the 7th day, I started coughing, stuffing nose, and my body was tired again, and it was difficult to breathe. My symptoms lasted for about 5 days, and I feel exhausted, and short of breath when I walk. The first and the most important thing I think is the spirit. When you know you have COVID, just accept it in the most comfortable way, keep an optimistic and happy spirit. Then the disease would heal quickly. Read and found out that the first 7 days after being infected with COVID are the most important days because that is the time when COVID attacks the nasal cavity and throat. After 7 days, it will attack down the lungs. So, if you don't push the virus out when it's in the nose and throat quickly, it gets to the lungs. It will be serious. It will cause difficulty breathing and need to breathe oxygen and many other risks. Second thing, every day I try to gargle and wash my nose with salt water as much as possible. Only in the morning after wake up, I mix a glass of hot lemon, a little salt, and a little ginger to drink to increase vitamin C. Please note that you should drink hot water because COVID is afraid of high temperatures. Moreover, when you have a sore throat, drinking hot water will make sore throat much more comfortable. Besides, combine the steaming of the throat and nose with herbs like lemongrass, ginger, garlic twice a day. 50 minutes each time to kill the virus. Third, you have to practice breathing. Try to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and repeat it every day. This is a gentle exercise that helps you to relieve from short bursts of breath, improve the respiratory system, and minimize attack of COVID on the lungs. Fourth, when I have any symptoms, I take medicine to treat the symptom. For example, when I have a fever, I will take paracetamol no more than 3 times a day for 2 hours. When I have any symptoms, I will take medicine to treat the symptoms. For example, when I have a fever, I will take paracetamol no more than 3 times a day, 4 to 6 hours apart each time. When I have a sore throat, I take a sore throat medicines. When I have a cough, I take a cough medicine. And I will still take a shower more normally, but I have to take a hot shower. Avoid bathing at night, and it's best to shower from morning to before 6 p.m. Fifth, I always monitor my body temperature to see how it goes up and down to know the way to cure it. Besides, you should also measure the oxygen concentration in the blood. You can buy an oxygen concentration meter at the pharmacies. If the blood oxygen concentration index is higher than 95%, it is safe, but is lower than 95%, you must contact the hospital. 6. Add nutrition and vitamins to the body to increase the body resistance. Every day I take vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc pills, eat 3 full meals and add fruits such as oranges and apples. A negative result quickly or slowly depends on the location of fast recovery as well as the persistence of each person's treatment. There are F0 infected with COVID have no symptoms and resolve on their own. If you are not at risk, it usually heals within 10 days. As for me, because my CT index is quite low, it took me about 10 days to get a negative quick test, and it took about 14 days for me to retest PCR for my CT index to exceed 33, which means it's completely cured. And if you have an underlying disease or strange symptom, you should immediately notify the nearest medical center. If you have recovered, you should not be subjective. Isolate for another 7 days. Continue the above habits for the fastest recovery. Those of you who are suffering from F0 or in the future are uncertain about anything, you must always be careful. Hope you have enough strength and health to fight and win. Hopefully, one day not for the epidemic. You who are suffering from COVID or in the future are uncertain about anything, so you must always be careful. Hope you have enough strength and health to fight and win. Hopefully, those of you guys who are suffering from COVID or in the future, there are uncertainty about anything, so you must always be careful. Hope you have enough strength and health to fight and win. Hopefully, one day not far, the epidemic will pass so that life will return to normal. And goodbye.